watching the show, and it's hard to put into perspective after because they really do. I mean, you really do look like the villain. But if you're a rational person watching that show, I mean, it is completely Jenny's fault. It's completely Jenny's fault. She wrote the note. She was the one who wouldn't own up to it, and Snooki was about to. Snooki was about to own up, but I mean, it was really Jenny's fault completely.
Did you see how when Jenny and Sammy got into the fist fight? Actually, I think it was before that. Snooki was like, you had something to do. No, and then she just kept telling me that. Like Snooki just kept saying, you were part of the note. You were part. That's all they say is JWoww and Snooki. You were part of the note. I was like, what are you talking about?
They just couldn't own up to it.
What happened?
They just could not own up to it, and they needed you as a backup.
No. Yeah, and they needed to make it look like it was me because I was the scapegoat for everybody's problems, and and that's why it really sucks because like America, like nobody understands me. I feel like in a way, but then at the same time, like at least you guys do, and like some people do in a way, but there's a lot of haters out there, and they actually don't believe that like I'm actually a normal person and I live my life and I'm a nice girl, but they look at it like, what TV is showing, obviously, and they really do believe that I am the villain and that I had something to do with that note and that I did ruin that house and that I shouldn't have been allowed back. But in reality, like, we were all casted for the same show. Yeah. Okay? And I'm as much a part of that show as anybody else is, Absolutely. Honestly, like, what are they going to do? I mean, there's going to be nobody that they're going to pick on now. I mean, they're going to come up with just fights amongst themselves to make TV because that's just what happens now. You know what I mean? Like they have to know what people want to watch, and they'll actually come up with that. I feel like.
If you are trying to get out of that contract for the third season, I mean, their ratings are not going to be as good because even though they placed you as the villain, it actually really helped out the show because it was a large part of the drama and a large part of each show. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what, though? It's funny because the whole cast, I understand what you're saying, definitely. I see it totally the way you do, but ask the cast if they feel that way. I mean, they literally can't stand me.
Right. Is there anyone from the cast that you could probably say you can call back like tonight or today?
Yeah, there's got to be one person from that cast that would have your back.
Yeah.
I mean, when Vinny, did you guys see the video of Vinny dancing with his family to my song?
Oh, we saw it all. We saw it all.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that was probably to get himself publicity because he has none.
But you and Vinny went out together, right? Didn't you and Vinny hook up?
Me and Vinny hooked up, yeah. But like, honestly, it's so funny because I mean, the kid. I knew him for years. I mean, I've known Vinny. I grew up with him, Yeah. He's totally a different person. He's not even – I can't even look at him the same anymore. It's funny. I was getting my hair cut the other day, and he, like, walks into the hair salon. I was like, oh, my God. And
he didn't say hi?
Nope. I didn't say one word to him.
What?
Oh, my gosh.
No.
He was getting his hair dyed. I was like, why is he dyeing his hair, like, black? Like, what does he have grays already? I don't understand. But I thought that was funny, and he had, like, his chair turned the other way, so when I walked out, I just walked out and didn't say one word to him.
So do you think...
I texted him because I had...
Do you think the fame has gotten to him?
Oh, come on. The fame has definitely gotten to him.
What about you? What about the fame for you?
The kid doesn't even act the same way.
Yeah.
What about the fame for you? Have your dating life has changed after the show? Are you getting getting grenades or are you getting some hot men?
Well, all I have to say is now with me and my dating, I mean, I am talking to a guy, Justin from The Bachelorette.
Oh, all right. Hey.
TMZ doesn't know about this one.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Wow.
What's he like?
He is the villain of his show also, the one with Allie.
Wow.
Looking up.
Your kids are going to be monsters.
But you know what? Me and Justin, we're cool, and it's just, it is what it is at this point with, like, dating guys. It's really hard for me now to date somebody that's not in the industry because it actually, like, I don't trust people, and I feel like guys will just try to be with me because I'm Angelina,
Yeah,
or they think
it's hard to tell the real ones.
Or they want free bottles at the club. It's ridiculous.
So let me ask this question, though. You clearly were placed as the villain in the show, but the reasons that this might have happened, I think personally, and this is me, might be because of your argument style. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, tell me what you mean by that.
Well,
Angela, I'm backing away because you might slap him like Paulie D.
I'm saying what happens in your head when you get upset? Because what it looks like to the viewer is your voice gets elevated, your hands start to fly, and you kind of lose a little bit of, a rational sense. And I feel like you are really the person who should have won these arguments, but if you were able to kind of make it look like more one-sided towards you instead of the entire house against you, you could have won.
Yeah, you know what? I never thought of it like that. I actually agree with you. Yes. I actually do.
So, I mean, have you had problems in arguments before, not being able to win arguments?
Yeah, you know what it is about me? Like, I knew the whole time in that house that I was, I'm not going to say I'm perfect. Nobody's perfect. Definitely not me. But
I think you're perfect.
But you know what? Like, I just knew with those different situations that I was right, and I was trying to explain myself and I express my feelings, and sometimes I get like carried away with like my emotions, and I'm like, and then I just get frustrated and I just flip out, and that's just what happens. Sometimes I need to learn to like calm down a little bit and discuss it in a more rational, like you said, manner, and I didn't, and that's maybe that's another reason. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So where do you get that from? Is that your family?
On that one, let me tell you. You stopped me. Actually, that's great. I didn't think of it like that.
Yeah, because it's just I'm watching these shows and I'm thinking to myself like, oh my gosh, she is completely 100% right in this situation, but she is not coming off as completely 100% right. Yeah,
because I you know what it is, funny, I snapped very easily. Like it takes, it's just like, for example, situation when he kept yelling at me and I was sitting on the couch. And
I remember that, yeah.
My pillow. All I remember was I didn't even hear him talking anymore. I just saw his mouth moving because I just was tuning him out.
Wow.
And all of a sudden, I just seen his mouth, and he just kept going and going. And I was like, Mike, stop. And then he just wouldn't stop. And I just remember I snapped, and I jumped off the couch and punched him in the face 3 times.
Oh, my God. That is crazy. Yeah, so, I mean, maybe that's something that you could look into for this next series if it gets picked up, Because maybe you could turn and not be the villain.
Definitely. I mean, you know what? It is what it is, and sometimes I look back and I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have, but you can't live your life in regret, basically. I did what I did at that moment because I thought it was right, and, you know.
You need to come out with, like, some boxing gloves for, like, merchandising. I think that's what's called Get Smacked.
That actually is true. You can make a ton of money on that.
You can tell, yeah, definitely. Well, Angelina, we thank you for...
What about me with celebrity boxing? I mean, I'm going to be doing that, so maybe I'll just steal one of those gloves.
We definitely...
Hey, wait, let me get one more question in here.
Okay. Is it the tampon one? Don't ask her about the tampon one.
No. It's not about that. I want to know, is that how your family is? How you get that argumentative style? Is that your family?
You know what? My family is very, like, Italian. They're very, like, loud people. And my mom is definitely the same way as me, so maybe I learned it from her. She basically, is the same. She just gets upset very easily, and she just snaps, and that's how my mom is. And you know what? Growing up with me and my 2 sisters, it was 4 of us. My mom's a single parent, and my father lives here on Staten Island, but they're not together, obviously. And I learned from my mom, I think. You know what? But it is what it is, and I guess maybe sometimes I have to control my temper a little bit. I'm not going to lie.
Well, Angelina, thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate it. This is your first radio interview, right, since you dropped the single?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So her first radio
definitely.
Exclusive with Angelina from the Jersey Shore. And thank you so much. And also, I hope that
tell her if she has a website or
absolutely. Do you have any?
You guys have to check out my website. It's called AngelinaTV.com.
Oh, sweet.
Great, AngelinaTV.com. So that's a great plug for yourself.
Yeah, and my Twitter is AngelinaMTVJS. That's the real Angelina Twitter. Everybody thinks I'm fake, but it's not.
So we'll be a part of that, and
definitely the iTunes. Please, people, make sure that you buy the track.
Yeah, definitely. And you could buy the track off my website too. It's actually easier that way.
All right.
Okay, cool. And we hope for the sake of for the national viewers out there of the Jersey Shore that maybe one day you can reconcile with your Jersey Shore roommates for the rest of us.
I would be able to. I would be friends with if they wanted to be friends with me. I would actually just hang out with them, but they're just not like they just want to hold grudges forever.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Angelina.
You enjoy the rest of your day and have fun in the studio today.
Thank you.
All right,
luck.
later.
All right. Bye. We'll take a short break right here.
Yeah,
You're
pickup
listening
lines
to
is next.
The Hollywood.
Yeah.